pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, thank you and welcome everyone to the South River Board of Education regular meeting of Monday, November 21st, 2022. In compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Laws of 1975 of the State of New Jersey, adequate notice of this meeting of the South River Board of Education was provided in the following manner. On November 1st, 2022, the notice was delivered to the office of the South River Borough Clerk and posted at the Board of Education Administration Building. On November 1st, 2022, the notice was faxed, mailed to the following newspapers: Home News Tribune, Sentinel. On November 1st, 2022, the notice was posted at the South River Borough Clerk's office. Mr. Rosa, would you please call the roll?
Sure. Mr. Basak.
Mr. Basak has been excused.
Mr. Butson.
Here.
Mrs. Bush.
Mrs. Bush has been excused.
Ms. Byrne.
Here.
Mrs. Lau.
Here.
Mr. Nielsen.
Here.
Ms. Sadowski.
Here.
Ms. Young Yao.
Here.
Ms. Urbanik.
Here.
Jaden Rodriguez. Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum. Okay, on our agenda tonight, our first order of business under Board Secretary are the minutes. Mr. Rosa, what do we have?
We have the August 25th regular meeting minutes revised. For the September 22nd, we have revised regular minutes. For the October 17th, we have the pre-meeting minutes. And for October 20th, we have the regular meeting minutes.
Thank you. Board members, what is your pleasure on the minutes?
Move the reading of the minutes.
Motion by Mr. Nielsen,
Second.
second by Ms. Lell. Any questions or comments on any of those minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Use of facilities, Mr. Rosa.
So we have the South River Elementary School PTA on December 9th, 2022 from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. We have Unified Club on November 14th, 2022 through Friday, November 18th, 2022 from 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. We also have the South River Nights Pop Warner on November 5th, 2022, 6:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. We have the Future Stars on Fridays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturdays 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. from December 2, 2022 through March 11, 2023. The Student Council on December 8th, 2022 from 6:30 to 2:15 p.m. The Primary School PTA on December 16, 2022 from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. The Middle School FBLA on December 2nd, 2022 from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The Middle School FBLA on Friday, January 20, 2023 from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. The Class of 2023 on Friday, November 18, 2022 from 2:30 to 4 p.m. And the High School English Department on Tuesday, December 20th, 2022 from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Thank you. Board members, what is your pleasure on the use of facilities?
Move the use of facilities in accordance with board policies.
Motion by Mr. Nielsen, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Sadowski. Are there any questions or comments on any of these use of facilities from our board members? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Thank you. Motion passes. Financial report, Ms. Lau.
Thank you. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby certifies that it is in receipt of the financial report which indicates that no major account has been overexpended and that sufficient funds are available to meet the district's financial obligations for the remainder of the fiscal year. The Finance Committee recommends that the reports of the Board Secretary and the Treasurer of School Monies for September 2022 be approved, and I so move.
Motion by Ms. Lau,
Second.
Second by Mr. Nielsen. Any questions or comments on the financial report? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. At this time, we're going to hear from our Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Trevisano, with the Superintendent's Report.
Thank you, Mrs. Urbanek. Under the Superintendent of Schools report, there were 2 items. The first item is a confirmed HIB, which was brought to the board's attention previously for action. The second notice, or the second part of the superintendent's report, is from Ms. Zurcher, and I'd like to share some of it with you. By now, the community is likely aware that the school district is proposing a referendum to build an early learning center and rebuild Denny Stadium under question 1, as well as replace our current field with turf in question 2. We're holding several in-person as well as Zoom information system sessions to review the details of these projects. We've posted the dates and the details for the information sessions electronically on the website, social media pages, through ERAM and Nixle emails. Hard copies of flyers announcing the referendum information sessions were posted at the library, the borough, the post office, and all are welcome. The vote is scheduled for January 24th, 2023. The information can be found on the school district website on the front page in the referendum tab. There is an email link for any questions that anybody from the public has regarding the referendum that can be accessed from that tab. The addition of 2 years of education for the youngest learners results in progress, and similar progress to what the district did in 2012 when it expanded its partial kindergarten program to full-time. Our children have benefited from the additional time in school just the way they will from pre-K. For the athletes, expanding access to the stadium and fields results in a more equitable opportunity, one in which multiple teams can play on a safe and well-maintained field. The district is also committed to supporting our students and teachers on a path towards improvement. This month's agenda includes grant-funded professional development for our teachers to work with instructional coaches and unpack instructional standards and develop learning goals and objectives. Our teachers have also been working with their teacher leaders, the principals, and administrators to analyze and identify the learning standards that are deficient and plan instruction to target these areas. This board agenda also includes approval for grant-funded free tutorial services for students in grades 6 through 12. The tutoring service is available to students in all subject areas, as well as SAT, ACT, and AP exam preparation, 24/7 in both English and in Spanish. The school district is also committed to pursuing grants and revenue opportunities that can support programs and resources for our schools without a burden to our taxpayers. And in fact, this month, we were informed that the district is a recipient of an connectivity grant in the amount of $188,000. A full list of grants is included in this report, and that concludes my report.
Thank you. Is there a motion on the superintendent's report?
Nielsen, move the superintendent's report is read.
Motion by Mr. Nielsen. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Byrne. Are there any questions or comments on the superintendent's
Madam
report?
President, I'd like to comment. In regards to the grants, if you look, that, and people in town always wonder why, we're so top-heavy at the administration, they all got snide comments out in the public. Look at that number there, and that's how much money our administration brought in. That's $12,229,744. That's money that our administration brought into the district that doesn't affect the taxpayers. That's grant money right there. So for all you loudmouths out there, I can say this because I've been reelected now. That's why we have the administration that we have. And that's all I have to say, Madam President.
And that was well stated with regard to the grants and how people should look at it. It's a lot of money. You're right, Mr.
A
Nielsen.
lot of money.
Over 12 million. And grants do not have to be paid back, and they do not come out of our budget. So, Okay, did we do it all in favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Superintendent's
asking the
report
question.
passes.
I wasn't sure. We all hesitated.
I was waiting for
We took a
Johnny to
breath.
respond.
We took a breath.
He didn't say anything and it threw me off.
Okay, next on our agenda is the reception of visitors. At this time, the public may address agenda items only. There will be a public session, comment session later on in the meeting for other matters that may need to come before the Board of Education. But for now, this is for agenda items only. If you would like to, come up to the podium, please state your name and address, and please keep your comments to a 10-minute time limit. Anyone from the public on first call?
Good evening, Richard Byrne, 11 Bissett Place, South River. So my comment will be on item number 8.1, the bond referendum. Just, is this a resolution that you're adopting to put the question on the ballot? Yes. I mean, it's a resolution and not some other act.
Correct. It is just to place it on the ballot to give adequate notice to the county officials who are required to get 60 days notice, making the deadline Thanksgiving Day.
And
By law.
I will address my unhappiness with the way board docs work.
Because this is a resolution, and I would like to read the resolution, you know, the actual text of the resolution that you're going to adopt. So I suppose I can ask for that. You'll send it to me, but, you know, at the borough council meetings,
Is
they,
that the detailed one, the pop up there?
Yeah, and I thought that we were going to, I'm sorry, please, go ahead.
yeah,
Finish, Mr. Byrne.
you know, I mean, the council agenda has the text of every resolution that's being voted on, so, and I'll address that later in general. But, okay, so specifically on the referendum, if I get it right, you're building 12 new classrooms in a new building. And I kind of went through the informational thing. So we have 10 classrooms of preschool, and we have 2 classrooms worth of waiting list. So that's all gonna go in the new building. And then that space is freed up, and you're gonna shift stuff around so that, it, you know, there's less crowding, I guess. And I think, you know, I just have to look to see that you've got trailers to say, you gotta build something, right? I mean, you wouldn't have trailers, temporary classroom buildings, unless you needed space, whether or not it's, you know, you're reorganizing space from one school to the other. So, I mean, that makes sense to me. I personally, and I'm on the planning board, and we just approved 2 brand-new single-family houses, and there's some more lots that I understand are in the pipeline. We've also, in the past 5 years that I've been on the board, we've approved mixed use, where we've converted commercial properties into commercial and residential, and 17 apartments here, and 8 apartments there. And let me tell you, that's more of that is coming, yeah, and it's, you know, the environmentalists, you know, 8 people, 8 families living in an 8 family multiple dwelling use less energy than 8 families in 8 single-family houses. And this is gonna come down, the state of Oregon outlawed single-family home zoning, and New Jersey is not gonna be far behind Oregon. So my worry is that you're building 12 new classrooms. Is this a 20-year plan? Because I hate to see you build 12 classrooms now and then have to build 10 more in 10 years. I'd rather have unused capacity that we can bring online like that than have to go through this whole thing again. So I just, you know, I'm not asking you to do that and back out, but this is the way I think, so. And, you know, I mean, I see what goes on social media, and like, I have this real temptation to be a gadfly to the gadflies, because I'm insufferable, and I like being right. I like saying, that's not true. But, I mean, that's it. The problem with free speech is, you can say whatever you want, but you worry about people saying things that aren't true, and then other people believing that. And, you know, hey, come to the you know, actual board that's doing this job, so. And I ramble on, so, jeez. Oh, I wanted to say, this isn't a vanity project, right? This isn't gonna be the Urbanic Center for Early Childhood Excellence, or the Lisa Burns School, or the Budson Academy, you know, and because I came from Hamilton, and they built a new high school, and there was a field house that was not in any of the documents that got built and got a certain person's name attached to it, so, like, so that's not what this is, right?
No, it is not.
Okay, you know, I don't know, I'm probably gonna vote yes. 90% of the people who vote no on these things because, oh my God, I don't like taxes going up, but apparently you have got debt being retired at the same time this new debt's coming online, so that kind of offsets the overall cost, and, you know, I mean, you get a mortgage to build a building, right? It's the way these things work, so, and, all right, I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
No,
You have some.
I'm confusing myself with my rambling, so, I'll come back and talk about what I didn't like about something in the general things, but
All right.
that's with respect to your agenda items, thank you.
Well, I'd just like to respond to a few of them. First, about board docs. I believe at last month's meeting, we talked about getting better public access to board docs, and I think that's.
That's actually one of your district goals for the year, or, I'm sorry, board goals for the year.
Yes, so hopefully you'll see that improvement in a short amount of time. Our IT people, our tech people are very good at responding to that, and that was one of our board goals, and we hope to have that accomplished very soon. With regard to the size of the school, I think you were asking where you have, we're building 12 classrooms and we have 12 classrooms of students to fill it. I believe it has something to do with state statutes as far as we are to build the school that meets our needs now. Would we like to build a larger facility? I would, personally, but we don't know what's gonna come in the future. And yes, there were many projects approved at the planning board level and at the zoning board level. You know I sit on that board with you, you know what my questions were. The municipal land use law does not allow planning board members to vote no on a project based on the impact to the school district. That is not allowed. So I hope that gives you some information on that. As far as the naming of the schools, we have built several schools, having been on this board for a while, Mr. Nielsen also, and we have a pretty good tradition of naming them after the people who built them, that being South River High School improvements, South River Pre-K, South River Elementary, South River Middle School. The residents of South River approved these bonds with their taxpayer money and funding. So I am going to go out on a limb here and probably say that this new pre-K center will be the South River Pre-K, following the past practice of our other school naming. Yeah, there were other schools in town that were named. I was not here when that was done. I don't know for what reason, but that's what they are being named as far as I know. Okay? All right, is there anyone else from the public that would like to make some comments with regard to agenda items? On first call? On second call? On third call? Okay, we're gonna move this, we're gonna close this public portion and move on under President of the Board. We have a consent resolution. Mr. Rosa.
The South River Board of Education, by means of a consent resolution, adopt various resolutions of a routine and non-controversial nature at one time. And whereas The below listed resolutions are hereby adopted by the said Board of Education in whole, as if the same were individually acted upon. Those are items 3.2, 8.2 through 8.17, 9.1 through 9.7, 11.1 through 11.2, 12.1 through 12.16, and 13.1.
Thank you. Do we have a motion on the consent resolution?
Nielsen,
Motion by Mr. Nielsen, a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Young Yao. Are there any questions, comments, or abstentions on any items under the consent resolution? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Butson,
yes.
Ms. Byrne,
Yes.
Mrs. Lau,
Yes.
Mr. Nielsen,
Yes.
Ms. Sadowski,
Yes.
Ms. Young Yao,
Yes.
Ms. Urbaniak.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. At this time, we're going to go to the one item that was not under the consent resolution, and that's under Finance 8.1. Ms. Lell, would you please address that item?
Thank you. 8.1 is the language associated with us and the resolution for the bond referendum vote. So 8.1, approve bond referendum vote. Resolution of the Board of Education of the Borough of South River in the County of Middlesex, New Jersey, authorizing certain actions in connection with proposed school facilities projects. Whereas the Board of Education of the Borough of South River in the County of Middlesex, New Jersey, the board, when referring to the governing body, and the school district, when referring to the territorial boundaries governed thereby, seeks to submit to the voters various school facilities projects, collectively the projects. Whereas the school district will seek debt service aid with respect to the eligible projects, and whereas the board now seeks to take the initial steps in order to proceed with the planning and authorization of I, the projects, and II, a school district special election at which time a bond referendum authorizing the projects shall be presented to the voters of the school district. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Education of the Borough of South River in the County of Middlesex, New Jersey, as follows. Section 1. In accordance with the requirements of Section 6A:26-5.1 through 6A:26-5.3 of the New Jersey Administrative Code, the Board hereby authorizes the preparation of schematic plans and educational specifications, if required, by DI Group Architecture, LLC DI Group, in connection with the projects, and the board further authorizes and directs DI Group to submit same to the New Jersey Department of Education and to the Middlesex County Superintendent of Schools for review and approval. The board further authorizes and directs the submission of the schematic plans to the planning board for its review to the extent required by law. Section 2. In accordance with the requirements of Section 6A:26-2.3 of the New Jersey Administrative Code, the board hereby ratifies any amendments to the long-range facilities plan as necessary to reflect the projects and approves the submission of any amendments to the New Jersey Department of Education. Section 3. In accordance with the requirements of Section 6A:26-3.2 of the New Jersey Administrative Code, the board hereby approves the submission of the project applications and its decision seeking debt service aid for the projects. Section 4. With respect to the projects, the board hereby authorizes and directs the board president, the superintendent, and the business administrator board secretary as applicable to execute the schematic plans and educational specifications. The amendments to the long-range facilities plan, the project cost estimate sheets, and all related project documents allowing submission of same to the New Jersey Department of Education. Section 5. The board hereby authorizes and directs the board president, the superintendent, the business administrator, board secretary, DI Group, and Willens, Goldman, and Spitzer, PA, as bond counsel, as applicable, to take all action required to preserve the opportunity to present their projects to the voters via a bond referendum at school district special election to be held on January 24th, 2023, or such other date as may be available and selected by the board. Section 6, this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Moved.
And I so move.
Thank you. There is a motion by Ms. Lell. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Nielsen. Are there any questions or comments on this resolution? Mr. Rosa, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Butson?
Yes.
Ms. Byrne?
Yes.
Mrs. Lau?
Yes.
Mr. Nielsen?
Yes.
Ms. Sadowski?
Yes.
Ms. Young Yao?
Yes.
Ms. Urbaniak?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Okay. So now back to the committee reports. Under athletics, Mr. Budzen.
There's nothing on the agenda for this month.
Okay, buildings and grounds, Mr. Nielsen.
Nothing new to report from Friday night's meeting, or whatever day that was.
Thursday. I'm like, wait, what's today?
The last meeting.
Thursday.
The last meeting,
The last
very good, very good. Okay, finance, Ms. Lowe.
I do want to make sure that I reference the two additions that we did not discuss last week. So 8 point, it was under consent, but I'd rather read. So 816, addition approved tuition contract, Denellen Board of Education for the 22-23 school year. 8.17, which was addition approved, submit, accept the grant for ESSER 2 consolidated application amendment 2. And that is all I have for this evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Would you continue with the instruction report, please?
And with instruction, there's nothing new to read, but I would like to, oh look, we get to do the instruction report and you're here. I'm thinking, Ms. Bush usually likes to provide a summary, so I'm interested I will be doing that. So Dr. Trevisano's report referenced that a lot of information was related to curriculum and instruction, NJSLA, Start Strong, iReady, other data that we've aligned with standards, and how the teachers are working with the potential for inspired instruction and using another platform based on Savas, where there's diagnostic assessments and they're able to identify student need. Then he moved on to speak about the high school administration and the counseling department and preparing for the 23-24 school year with a program of studies. The goal is to have it done in January so that when students start planning for next year, they have their program of studies available with courses where they survey teachers, students, and they have an administration and other stakeholders to see what new courses we might want, what's working well, and moving forward, which think about it. In a couple of months, we'll be at the 23-24 school year. It's amazing. And then we're continuing to review and adopt resources for the classroom. They're exploring instructional resources in science classes for grades K through 12. We've been doing subjects in bunches. We did BLA, we did math, we keep moving on, which is great because a lot of that provides us an opportunity to remain with fresh content and matching the changes in the state from the standards. And then the last part was discussing professional development from November. Wellspring is a behavioral health company, which is nice because it caters also to our staff. And we've discussed SEL a lot. It used to be one of our board goals for a couple of years after COVID. And this is not just for our students, but also for our teachers who spend hours upon hours with our students. So it's good that we keep in mind everybody's mental health. And that is all I have in terms of the report. Thank you so much.
Thank you. There is no report under negotiations, policy and legislation. Ms. Byrne?
We have one addition since last Thursday, 11.2, addition approved organizational chart. And that is all.
Thank you. Mr. Nielsen, Human Resources, please.
Thank you, Madam President. We have 5 new additions tonight. 12.12, addition approved disability, sick, family leave, Aaron Devlin, elementary school teacher, 2022-2023 school year. 12.13, addition approved staff stipend lunch aid longevity, 2022-2023 school year. 12.14, addition approved new job description, number D-20, transition and support coordinator. 12.15, addition approve abolish position family advocate. 12.16, addition approve appoint transition and support coordinators for the 2022-2023 school year. And that's all for tonight, Madam President.
Thank you. Safety and Risk Management Report, Ms. Sadowski.
Thank you. There's no additional items since Thursday night's meeting.
Thank you. And our School Community Relations, Ms. Young Yao.
Okay, I have a lot for today. So the first one is Adopt a Family Program. The South River High School Adopt a Family Program Club is requesting donations to help create a positive and memorable holiday season by supplying gifts, clothing, and necessities to families in need in South River. In the past, this program has been fortunate enough to assist over 100 children in our community as a result of the generous donations received. We are currently asking for toys, clothing, new items only please, food, or monetary gifts to assist purchasing in items. For your convenience, you can drop off bins in the South River Public Library on Appleby Ave. Or if you'd like to donate a monetary gift, make a check payable to South River High School Adopt a Family, and you can drop the check off at the administration building. All right. Next is Breakfast with Santa. The South River High School National Honor Society is hosting a Breakfast with Santa once again this year to benefit the Adopt a Family program. The breakfast is being held Saturday, December 10th at 10 a.m. to 11:30 in the South River Middle School cafeteria. Tickets are $3 and children up to the age of 10 are welcome. And they'll be doing the breakfast, crafts, games, music, and a visit with Santa. Okay. Next. South River High School Student of the Month for October 2022. South River High School is proud to honor one senior student each month as a South River High School Student of the Month. Students are chosen based on their exemplary status as a model student through community service, academic record, modeling the Strive for 5 core ethical values of respect, responsibility, honesty, kindness, and service, and maintaining an exemplary behavioral and attendance record. A biography for the October 2022 Student of the Month follows. Ava Marie Mendez has been named the October Student of the Month based on her outstanding commitment to both the South River High School community and the community at large. She provides service and leadership to these communities. Overall, Ava is a goal-oriented student who works effectively with others and always represents South River in a positive manner. Her positive outlook on life is infectious and others look up to her. So congratulations to Ava. Next is the 2022 New Jersey Exemplary Educator Program recipient. Congratulations to Rebecca Liska, who happens to be my daughter's teacher, grade 5 at South River Elementary School. She has been chosen as the 2022 New Jersey Exemplary Educator. Only 181 educators in the state have received this recognition. The goal of this program is to identify educators who are valued by their school and community and who have exhibited strong knowledge and skills, an inspiring presence, and a clear vision for quality teaching and learning. South River Elementary School is fortunate to have Ms. Liska represent our school and our community. Congratulations on a job well done. Next. South River Middle School FBLA chapter officers were invited to attend the New Jersey FBLA Fall Leadership Conference on October 31st at Kean University. The students attended 4 different sessions, which included public speaking, how to network, tips for acing your objective tests, just to name a few. Those in attendance were President Brian Murillo, Vice President Oliver Mersdeck, Treasurer Tomas Ferreira, and Secretary Lucy Solbrook. The entire chapter will be competing in the State FBLA Middle Level Conference in March of 2023 at Kean University. Okay, this is the last one. Middle school student of the month, October 2022. So, grade 6 ELA, Genevieve Krinnigan. Math, Daniel Kret and Emma Perdurero. Science, Sophia Groth. Social Studies, Aisha Patel. PE, Angelo Calvillo Alfida. Cycle, Rhea Gill Davis. Grade 7 ELA, Theo Rakpo and Andy Jerez. Math, Jamie Gamma. Science, Avril Nunez. Social Studies, Olivia Clemente. PE, John Markowski. Cycle, Alyssa Palengo. And grade 8 ELA, Lucas Estrella. Math, Oliver Merzdeck. Science, Karina Santos. Social Studies, Junior Funes Agostiniano, and Anna Antonini. ESL, Stanislav Harbovinsky. PE, Gabriella Castellano. And Cycle, Andrew Gill. And that is all.
Thank you. Our school board borough council liaison committee, Mr. Nielsen.
Nothing new to report tonight, Madam President.
Thank you. Our PTA liaison, Ms. Sadowski.
Thank you. There's a couple things going on. The elementary school and middle school PTAs have teamed up to sell spiritware, and that is still going on. If anybody's interested, I think there's information in the ERAM as well as on social media. The elementary school is having their winter dance on December 9th, which was on our agenda for tonight. Primary school is having a Santa sing-along event on December 16th, and always all of the PTAs are still looking for members if anybody's interested in helping out. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Our South River Public Library liaison, Mr. Budzen.
The library got a grant to get a new HVAC system, which is dying in the library. 2023 is the centennial year of the library. They'll be having events all year round, once a month. And right now they're having a logo contest so they can, for the banners for the school year. The book sale was from November 7th to November 10th. It was a success. Story time continues on Friday. December 20th is Build a Gingerbread House. And Monday they're still having yoga. That's all I have.
Thank you. Our South River Foundation for Educational Excellence liaison, Ms. Lau.
Thank you. I know that Danielle is in the audience, and she will be speaking during public comments. So I'd just like to share that 2323, February 3rd, 23, 7 to 11, will be the dinner dance. They have chosen 3 community members to honor. One has definitely accepted already, and the second one has accepted, and once the third one has, the names will be released. Additionally, there are a lot of fundraisers currently happening. Everything is listed on their website. Their website is tabbed to our district page, so feel free to take a look. They have the opportunity of expanding, and they want to continue with the mini grants and offering the scholarships, so all the proceeds will go towards that. Last month I spoke about the Star Award in terms of people being able to acknowledge the great staff that we have in the district, and more specifics information will be shared in a short time. And then they also have the opportunity of supporting SRP through various measures by joining. They're always seeking volunteers, and they're hoping that between now and February, everything will go in the direction to have a positive event. And that's it. That is all I have for this evening.
Thank you. And our student board representative, Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you. I would like to speak about the Unified Club at South River School. Last week, I stated before, Unified had the first soccer tournament. That was a great turnout. Unified is a club where kids with disabilities and not disabilities as well can come together and play different sports around the school. It's a great activity to include kids more around the school. last week, our Powder Puff senior versus junior football game. The juniors ended up winning that game, so it's a rematch. And then as well, next, December 10th, our breakfast with Santa. Also, as a part of National Honor Society, I encourage any parents to bring their kids out to that breakfast with Santa. So, thank you.
Thank you. Do we have a report for our attorney?
Nothing for that.
Okay, and is there any old or new business to come before the board at this time?
Are we gonna do the Wall of Fame?
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were reading it or what.
No, I'm just deferring to you.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting you to be here, that's why. So it threw me off. Sorry, my computer decided to shut down. Give me a second, I'm sorry. Thing went back. Oh, you have more, okay. All right. So this is Dr. Trevisano's report on the Wall of Fame Committee. In late October, the Wall of Fame Committee met to review the applications that were submitted for the class of 2022. The district advertised for new nominations for the Wall of Fame multiple times during the year. However, no new nominations were received. After careful consideration, the committee decided to forego any nominations this year. The committee decided to begin soliciting additional nominations after the start of the next year to be discussed for the class of 2023. Members of the Wall of Fame Committee are chosen for 2-year terms. At the conclusion of this year, the committee will advertise for any community members interested in serving on the committee. Typically, the committee consists of a Board of Education member, a current teacher, myself, Dr. Trevisano, and up to 3 members of the community. The committee also reviewed a plan to create an interactive electronic display for the Wall of Fame in lieu of the traditional plaques that are displayed in the high school. Currently, the space allocated to the Wall of Fame plaques is limited, and as more nominees are inducted, there is a concern that we will either have to remove plaques or relocate them. As such, the district is exploring moving the honorees to an electronic platform that will have the ability to provide access both in the school and online. Respectively submitted, Dr. Joseph Trevisano, Assistant Superintendent.
Thank you. Now, under payment of bills, Ms. Lowe?
Thank you. The Finance Committee recommends that all bills presented, having been certified by the School Business Administrator Board Secretary, be paid as listed, and I so move.
Motion by Ms. Lowe,
Second.
second by Mr. Nielsen. Any questions or comments on the bill list? All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Okay, at this time, we are going to open up the meeting for the reception of visitors. The public may address any concern or comment they have with the board. When you come to the mic, please state your name and address, and please keep your comments to a 10-minute time limit. The public session is open on first call.
Richard Byrne, again, 11 Bissett Place. I would like to offer congratulations to the members of the board who were re-elected and to the member of the board who was elected. You know, it's a sometimes thankless job with, and I would like to offer thanks for the people who do this worthy and necessary work. You already addressed my sort of bugaboos with the project docs. I've been to more borough council meetings than any other member of the public in the last 5 years, and Facebook lights up with whatever issue, and oh my God, we're going to go to the council meeting. And who's the only member of the public that shows up and speaks? And I'm not even complaining about most of the things. I'm coming with ideas to how, try and, you know, help. Good ideas, make it better. I'm very rarely angry, so that's why I make a good member of the public. So yeah, same thing with this bond issue, and here I am, and maybe there's other people here to So, you know, hey folks, this is your government at work here, and come and ask questions and speak and bring your ideas, because this is how your civilian government works in the United States, one of the sort of great things about this country. So, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Byrne, for your comments. It's very encouraging to see someone at the meetings and in a positive manner. Thank you for inviting the public to come to the meetings. So, anyone else from the public on first call?
Danielle Oswald, 16 Garwood Street. It's truly hard to believe I've been attending board meetings in some way, shape, or form, whether watching the board meetings online since my son was in preschool and now he's a junior, so
Wow.
that's not possible. Anyway, so I am here. I'm the current president of the South River Foundation for Educational Excellence and also a founding member. And we were created in the summer of 2015, and since that time, we've been able to provide $3,300 to 20 graduating seniors and $10,233 in mini grants to 32 teachers in our school district. So we want to continue offering those benefits to our school district, and we have some great fundraisers that are upcoming. Something new that we started is the the SRF Star of Excellence. So basically, it's people can make a donation to SRF in whatever amount they choose, and they can then write a personal message to a teacher or a staff member that has demonstrated excellence in their eyes. And so we've had 2. These have already been given out. These are just copies just to see. But these have been handed out to the recipients, and I'm going to read what was written. I donated the first one to Miss Kelly Ferreira, and what I wrote in my personal message was, thank you. Thank you for always being there to assist our students in supporting their emotional health as they grow into the adults they are meant to be. The impact that you have had will last long into their lives after middle and high school. My deepest appreciation always. And another one that we received is for Ruby Mangione from the Kremke family. We are so lucky to be working with Mrs. Mangione. She works with a diverse group of kids, but still manages to be what each of them needs. Thank you for making his class somewhere he wants to be every day. So, as the South River Foundation for Educational Excellence, I really am proud that we're recognizing little bits of excellence, because it doesn't have to be big gestures. Just what the teachers do every single day and what our staff and support staff do every single day is very important to all of the students here. So with that, I would just like to encourage people to give a heartfelt thanks to a South River Public School faculty or staff member by making a donation to SRF in their name. Again, any amount that you can is greatly appreciated. Each recipient will receive a beautiful certificate with their name, your name, and a personal message. And we've already presented our first ones at our Google Meet this past last Tuesday. This first round will be ending on November 30th because we have multiple fundraisers upcoming, as Ms. Lell mentioned. Cyber Monday, if you happen to shop on Amazon, we are on Amazon Smile, so support SRF that way. You can visit our website to click on the link to do so there. Giving Tuesday, on this annual day of giving, please consider supporting SRF with a donation. We have PayPal, we now have Venmo, or you can do it the old-fashioned way with mailing a check to the office. And also on Giving Tuesday, we're going to have a Funds for Friends Dine to Donate. I have some vouchers here that I can leave. This is a Dine to Donate at Aruga's in East Brunswick. The voucher must be presented to the server or bartender. and the vouchers available for download from our website, but also I will be distributing it around town. Holiday Treats by Baker Squared. Baker Squared is a local business that we've been talking to for a while now to try to get a fundraiser going to support a local business in town. So we have paint your own cookie and hot chocolate bombs, and we will be accepting orders through our website through December 14th. And the orders will be dropped off at schools on December 21st for distribution. We may be also opening it up to the public for those that are not in the South River Public Schools and also want a hot chocolate bomber to be able to paint their own cookie. And last but not least, for the first time since 2020, that was our 5th dinner dance. We're now holding our 6th dinner dance, a few years later. So February 3rd, 2023, 7 to 11 p.m. at the Ria Mar. Please visit the website to purchase your tickets, and our honorees will be announced shortly. Past honorees include, in 2020, Audrey Taylor, Mr. Kevin Nielsen, some of you may know him, Nancy Roxores, in 2019, Miss Sylvia Zurcher, Mr. Edwin York, Tracy Bassell, in 2018, Cynthia Calalillo, Christine Mongelli, and Mayor Krenzel. And at our second dinner dance, the first time we had honorees, it was Mr. Michael Pfister, Rui Baptista, and our CPA Mark Binder. So that's all I have. So thank you for the support. We appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you at the dinner dance. And it's a limited event, so there's only 100 tickets available because we're in the downstairs ballroom, so it'll be a little intimate event. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, anyone else from the public wishing to speak? On first call, on second call, and on third call. Okay, so this public session is closed. That concludes all the business for this meeting. Is there a motion for adjournment?
Nielsen.
Motion by Mr. Nielsen.
Second.
Second by Ms. Sadowski. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. The meeting is adjourned.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yes.